Good evening, guys. Good evening. I just want to give more information about the Spanish class that I'm starting in August, August 22nd to be exact. Just wanted to give you guys more information on the class because you got to have your book. You got to have your book. Please order ASAP. You got to order your book. You got to order your book if you're going to attend the class. You need your book. You need Duolingo, and you need Google Translate. Okay, these are the three things that you're going to need if you're going to be joining the Spanish classes starting next month. You're going to need Google Translate, Duolingo, and the Spanish Now book. So why do we need Duolingo? Duolingo has a a feature in it that we can all use. We can all compete with one another in the class. So with Duolingo, what we'll do is we'll all sign up for Duolingo. It's $12.99 a month, I believe. So we'll be required to practice Duolingo 30 minutes a day. I add that in the chat. 30 minutes a day per day. Duolingo. Okay, we'll be required to practice 30 minutes a day on Duolingo and do one chapter in the book. So the book has 30 chapters. So we can go for 30 weeks, which will be 6 months. It'll take us 6 months to complete the book. But in the process of completing the book, we'll have Duolingo that we'll be using, and we will be required to use Google Translate. Google Translate is an awesome translator. You just download it on your phone. It comes automatic. It's free. Dual Translate. Because one of the main problems with learning Spanish is you have to use your Spanish. So we will also do a 20-minute phone call per week. 20-minute phone call per week. Everything in Spanish. Okay. So the requirements for the class starting August 22nd, that'll be the first Monday. I'm talking about not the first Monday. Sorry about that. That'll be on a Monday. Let me double check, make sure. Yeah. August 22nd, 6 o'clock. Our online class. We have an online class. It's $25 per class. $25 per week. That's $100 per month. You will need your Spanish book, which is here, Spanish Now. You'll need Duolingo. Download it. The reason I don't say Babbel, maybe you have Babbel, we're going to do a competition for Duolingo. So by everybody joining on with Duolingo, we'll be able to start a group where we can participate and we can see everybody's progress. So we'll have our own leaderboard that we'll have in Duolingo for everyone that participates in the class. And yeah, that'll be one of the fun things that we'll do in order to promote the process. In order to promote the process, we'll use Duolingo. Everybody will have it. We'll share our friends or whatever. We'll put everybody in a chat, in a group with Duolingo, and we'll compete weekly with the material in Duolingo. So it's going to start us out the same way with basic materials. So just a few pointers about speaking, about learning Spanish. You got to take it serious. You got to be willing to use what you got. So for everyone that's taking the class, we will be required to do a 20-minute one-on-one 20 minutes per week. So I'll reach out to each participant, each person that studies in the class, and we will work for 20 minutes on speaking. But I'm telling you, it'll be fun. It'll be, you'll be able to brush up on what you already know. It'll come back extremely fast. But if you really want to take it serious and become a speaker, there are other things that you have to do. You got to work at it every day. For instance, me, I'm pretty fluent. I can read, I can write, I can understand. I do some translating. When we're at church, I do some translating for my wife. But at the same time, a lot of people said they wanted to sign up. I think I got about 17 or 18 people on the list. Normally 17 or 18 people won't show up. They won't agree to it because of their schedule. Just, some people like to say, oh, I want to do it. It's something that people want to do so bad and so much, but it's just like school, anything else. Like you gotta be sold out to it. You gotta want to do it. But if you're gonna be in the class, I need you to please order your book ASAP. But I'll just, like I said, while I'm here, I taught myself. So in my downtime, I don't read. I don't watch television. I study. But I'm gonna read a passage from a book. One of the books that we'll be using. It'll be something like this. So it's level 1, so that we can get started. You know what I mean, on the material. But it says, let me turn this, take this. Okay, boom. Yeah. So this is just like things that I've learned, like just over the time of me just studying, right? Most of you guys taking the class already know me, right? Got in trouble most of my life, and it's like, wow, what the hell are you doing, right? Okay. But Los Estudios. El Colegio Glenview está en una ciudad pequeña de los Estados Unidos. Enrique y María son alumnos del cuarto años de secundaria. So they're in high school. En su último año, it's their last year of school. Estudian mucho para prepararse para la universidad. They are studying, they are preparing to go to college. They're preparing to go to college. Son muy estudiosos. They are very studious. They like to study. En el colegio hay muchos alumnos que estudian español. In the school, high school that they're in, there are many students that are studying Spanish. María es alumno de cuarto año de español. So Maria is a student. She's a 4th-year student in high school. Y María y sus compañeros del cuarto año tienen muchos intereses in la literatura. Okay. And it says Maria and her friends, they are, hold on. Okay, estudian la literatura española y latinoamericana. So they are studying Latin stuff, literature, Spanish literature, Latin America literature, right? Los alumnos del cuarto año conversan mucho en español. So one of the first things that we got to remember, I know everybody took Spanish in high school, it's going to be the present tense word. So with AR, you got O, as, a, amos, an. ER verbs, how it go. So we'll be studying with those, but we don't just want to learn how to speak Spanish. We want to be able to read too. So one of the cool things about me with me studying is that I wanted to learn how to read. And I learned how to read first because I didn't have any friends. So I know the importance of having one-on-one with you guys. I mean, literally like calling. So I have Samantha that's going to be helping out. She's one of the young ladies in the youth program, in the youth ministry at the church. She's actually studying Spanish, like to literally like be a Spanish teacher. So That's my assistant. She's going to be helping me out, but I'll have other people that will participate with us. Um, Other people that will help us in our speaking. So listen, we're going to try to cultivate. We're going to try to have this thing like down pat. I even want to do an outing, guys, once a month. I want us to all go out, hang out at a Spanish restaurant, eat dinner, and just straight just use what we got. So listen, we'll do our best to make it as fun as possible. We'll try to throw a field trip or two in there. But at the end of the day, listen, you got to take this thing serious. It is not my responsibility to make you learn. It is my responsibility to share with you the techniques and the things that I've learned. It's my goal to put it in front of you. If you don't study it, if you don't do it, that big book, I took that book and I believe I did that book in about 60 days. And I mean, it's about 500 pages in that book. But I literally sat down and wrote out every exercise in that book because I was that determined. I was that determined to become fluent in Spanish. Now I can read, like I laugh about it sometimes. It's crazy. Now there's still vocabulary building exercises that I have to do in order to become more fluent with translating, in order to become more efficient with the language. So using, we got the present tense, past tense, future tense, conditional tense. You got so many different translations for one verb. It'll take time beyond the class to learn those translations. But what we want to do, we want to be able to speak in present tense. Level 1, everything we say, we want to be able to speak in. I'm doing it now. I'm going, coming, leaving. We want to be able to speak in the present tense. Because another thing that I've learned, if you have some form of being able to speak the language, people will understand you. So it's just like someone that is practicing English. We pretty much can understand a lot of what's being said. We can understand a lot of what's being said from individuals that don't speak English as their primary language because of what they offer. So by them being able to give us something, it helps us understand the context that we're dealing with. And it helps us, understand something about that, about the context of the conversation. So listen, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to pronounce every word right. There's still times where my words are not right, but because the majority of what I'm saying and the context in which we're speaking, the conversation is understood both ways. Another thing, just